Hey guys, it's Sunny. I'm back with a guide for the virtual Crisis Frontier trials, specifically how to clear the Fleurdelys trial on max stress. So I attempted this trial many times, and many times my team got wiped out. If that sounds relatable, then this guide is for you. And even if that's not the specific challenge you're having, hopefully you'll still find something useful among the tips I have to share. For me, I think the most annoying thing about this challenge was the amount of shields Fleurdelys gets throughout the battle. To begin with, her max HP has been buffed by 500%, and she starts off the battle with a shield worth 50% of her max HP. And then again, when her HP gets low, she gets another shield worth 50% of her max HP. And in between that, whenever she hits your resonators, she can get another shield worth 5% of her max HP. That can be triggered every 10 seconds. But to make it worse, whenever she has a shield of any kind, her vibration strength can't be reduced by doing damage, so you really want to get all the counterattacks that you can manage to get. But it doesn't end there, you know. They even have this choice between these stress modules here, with this one giving her another shield worth 10% of her max HP if you step into the moving realm that's present on the battlefield. So for my sanity, I chose the one that drains your HP, even though that does make the battle a little bit more dangerous. As for the other stress module choices, I don't think those really make or break the success rate, so feel free to choose whatever you want. So the only support modules that are available for this trial are the Spectral Assault and the Armor Plating modules. So it kind of made sense to have at least one resonator that can make use of Spectral Frazzle, and also to make sure my resonator's HPs do not fall below 50%. So I brought Spectral Rovo because I just felt like they are the most consistent in terms of damage and Spectral Frazzle application, unlike Phoebe, who sacrifices damage for application in her confession state, and Zanny, who doesn't apply much frazzle on her own. Spectral Rovo is a lot more consistent. Aside from that, you'll notice that I have 2 sustains, although you could even call this 3 sustains if you're counting the bit of healing that Rovo can do with their liberation. Shorekeeper is there for the buffs and healing, and Brant is there to be a sub DPS of sorts, but mainly for the healing and the shielding, to ensure that even if you take damage, at least your HP will not be falling below 50%. Aside from Rovo, the resonators I used in this team are S0, and they also do not have any limited weapons among them, so Shorekeeper is using Variation, Brant is using Overture, and Rovo is using Emerald of Genesis. If you don't have Brant, another shielder that you could consider is Jianshin. If you actually have Taochi built, you could also use her, though I wouldn't recommend investing in her just for this trial. Instead, I would go with a second healer like Verena or Baishu. Even better if you have someone like Cantarella, who is intended to be a sub DPS. In my earlier attempts, I actually had a team with just Shorekeeper, and I was using Phoebe as my DPS. And while the damage was good and the battle was progressing faster, every time Fleurdelys recovered from her vibration strength being depleted, her attacks got more aggressive and she started to do a lot more damage. It was getting harder to dodge. She was teleporting all over the place and throwing wind knives and flying up in the sky and dropping swords on you. It was just getting crazy. By the 3rd time she recovered, I could not keep up with the frequency and damage that I was taking, and my team got wiped out. That being said, this team was just the safest team I could think of. It's very possible that Brant on his own could do enough healing and shielding to protect the team. And then you'd have space for another DPS like Phoebe or Zanny. So feel free to try any other combinations of teams that you want. And your main aim is really to not get wiped out. Unlike the other trials, she doesn't heal herself at the very least. So a battle of endurance will work, which pretty much just sums up the strategy I went with. As far as the actual battle, as I had mentioned in the beginning, there is a stress module that protects her vibration strength whenever she has a shield up. You really do want to dodge as much as possible so she doesn't get that 5% max HP shield when she hits a resonator. And whenever she does get a shield up, you want to take it down as fast as you can. Outside of that, get as many counterattacks in as you can. In the times when the shield is down, I would say prioritize reducing her vibration strength. Things like intros and the attacks that do a lot of vibration damage, like liberations. Because your biggest window for damage will probably be during the times when her vibration strength is depleted. As much as possible, you do want to stay in the inner circle on the field. Just stay away from the moving red one, because that will either grant her more shields or deplete your HP depending on what stress module you have chosen. But the inner circle does allow you to do more damage to shielded enemies. With the team that I used, it took about 48 minutes to finish the battle. The good news is that you can take breaks by pressing escape or going to character screen and taking a couple minutes to go do something else. That's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. If this was helpful, please leave a like or a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe.